Hi, my name is Olivia and I'm a first-time mom with a 10-month-old baby boy, and I like to do things a little bit more natural, a little bit more on the crunchy side of things, and today I want to share 5 tips to living a non-toxic lifestyle. Once you start learning about these things, you start learning about the toxins in our food and in our products and in our baby stuff and all the things. I feel like if you're anything like me, you get super overwhelmed and it's like, I just want to throw everything out, start over, but I don't have the money for that. I don't have the time for that. I don't really think most people have the time for that, especially if you are a mom. So I just hope these couple of tips help you to get a little bit more of like a clean household with like simple, easy to do tips. And then also just remember that this is like 80-20. 80% you're trying to do better and live clean and do all the right things for your family, and then 20% you're just gonna have to let go. Like there's never gonna be this like perfect non-toxic clean amazing life. It's always gonna just have a little bit of toxins in there. There's toxins outside, there's toxins coming from the plane, there's toxins in so many things. Like we can't control these things. You just gotta let it go. And yeah, so I hope these tips help. Let's get into it. The first tip I have, which is like really simple but also really difficult, is to read ingredient labels. So it's really difficult because if you actually go to the grocery store and you're like, let's say I'm looking for chips, you look at the ingredients and there's like 4,000 different things. Okay, not that one. You go grab another one, 4,000 different things that you don't know, grab another. It can be really crazy. Granola bars, protein bars, all these things. There are so many like words you don't know, crazy things in them. You gotta be really careful, and it can seem super overwhelming at the beginning, but trust me, because I've done this and it is very overwhelming at the beginning. Once you start, it gets so much easier. Like the more and more you go, because you recognize a brand that you know and that you trust, and you're like, oh, this one's easy. You can get on like, I order groceries from like Walmart or Whole Foods or Target, and I can create lists and I can save things. So I know these things are good. These are the things that I've already researched. I don't have to research them again, and I can just simply add them to my cart. So it does get easier. It can be really overwhelming at the beginning, but it will get better. And I don't want to put things in my body or in my baby's body especially that I have no idea what they are. So I feel like reading labels are really, really important. Plus, a little tip that I use, if I go to the grocery store and I'm looking to buy something, I just look at it as if I'm looking at a recipe. So I look at the ingredients, and if it's something, oh, I could buy all these ingredients and I could make this, cool, I'll get it. If it's something I'm like, what the heck? What are these words? Where could you even buy this? I have no idea. Okay, no, trash. Like, those are the things I don't buy. So that's just like a simple thing that you could do. I also just want to give an example, like a couple examples of this, because I used to think I was really healthy and I was like always looking for like sugar and things. If it said 0% sugar, 0 grams of sugar, I'd be like, yes, I'm gonna get this. So for example, I got the specific brand of like no sugar syrup, which doesn't make sense at all. But I would get it and I'm like, oh, I'm so healthy, like whatever. Okay, there's like, I'm not gonna read all the ingredients. I'll probably list them below. But there's like artificial flavors and natural flavors. No real idea what that means. That means that whenever you see that, like the natural flavors, there could be up to 100 different chemicals in that, which I did not know. But just think, if it was like one ingredient, they would just write that one ingredient on there. But instead they put natural flavors, which you don't know what that is. So plus, if you're getting maple syrup, that's already sweet. If it says 0 sugar, no sugar, and like real maple syrup's not in it, you gotta wonder, like, what the heck is this? Why did I not question it? I don't know. Another thing that I would drink is these like Lipton teas. They have a lot that are like 0 sugar, and I thought that they were fine. I never read the ingredients. Or they have like a green tea. which again, I'm not going to read all the ingredients, but they also have like natural flavors in there, which means there could be up to 100 chemicals in there. Plus, it has aspartame, which is a known carcinogen. And yeah, they say it only is a carcinogen if you have like a certain amount of it, but aspartame is something that's in not just my tea, it's in so many different like packaged things. I've seen it in canned beans and different drinks, and it's just something that is everywhere. So you don't really know how much you're ingesting every day, especially if you're not reading the ingredients. So those are just two small examples of things that I used to buy and I used to think were healthy. They really weren't. My second tip would be to replace products as you run out. So this is like cleaning products and personal products and baby products, shampoo and conditioner, all these things. So of course we know that it's super important to put things into our body that are healthy, that are good, that are safe, but it's just as important the things that we're putting on our body, the things that we're touching, even cleaning products. There are so many products that like I'm using and I'm definitely touching, they're getting on my skin, and things that are touching your skin do go into your skin. So for example, if you've ever tried putting like, my mom did this growing up, so we would put peppermint oil like on a cotton ball and put it on the bottom of our feet. If you do that, if you've ever done that, then you know that within a few minutes you can taste that in your mouth, okay? So that's the bottom of your feet going all the way to your mouth. They have done studies on this, and within 20 minutes of that peppermint being on your feet, they can find traces all throughout your body. So that just goes to show that things that are on your body, things that are touching your body, they do go in, and it is important that we are doing our best to have products that are safe for us. So that means our shampoo, our conditioner, our body wash, all those things. They're important. Detergent. So a little cheat sheet that I like to do, a little whatever, is use the EWG app, because I love to go in there and search for different things. Whenever I run out of detergent, I will search for EWG verified detergent, and it will show me specific detergent that they deem safe. And this is like the EWG app. If you don't know what that is, it's Environmental Working Group. They've been researching products, chemicals in products, safety of products for over 10 years now. They have like a huge database of all these different things, all the ingredients, what types of toxins they could have, the potential hazards, all these things. So if you get the EWG verified products, you know that they're like the highest of the high standards for them. They're most likely like going to be 100% safe for your family. So those are things that I trust and that I use. So as soon as I run out of dishwasher detergent, that my Tide pods, then I replace them with EWG verified pods that I know are safe and good for my family. So don't get overwhelmed. Don't feel like you have to throw everything out. I'm not gonna lie, like I still have Windex in there, like real Windex, which I'm sure is terrible. Like I still have things in my house, of course, that are toxic, that are bad for me, but I'm just gonna replace as I go, and every little step is gonna create a cleaner household for me. So it's not about being perfect, it's just about making things better. My third tip would be to filter your water, okay? This is super important because there can be all types of chemicals in your water, like nitrates, chloroform, arsenic. And I'm saying those three specifically because those three have been found in my water, in my tap water. So those are all known carcinogens, by the way. So filtering the water is super important. And if you're wondering what's in your water, you can use the EWG tap water database, and you can search like your zip code, and it'll show where you live and all the potential toxins that they have found in the water and like the percentage and all this stuff. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. I'll put the link in the description. But it's very important that we know what's in our water, that we are filtering it so that we're drinking good water, because water is good for us, but not if it has all this crazy stuff in it. So I have a filter, but I'm definitely in the market of getting a new one, because now that I know like the things that are in my water, I definitely want to make sure that those things are contained, not contained, like taken care of by my filter, and I don't think they are by the one I'm using, like not completely. So if you have a great water filter that you recommend, please let me know, because I'm definitely in the market and I would love recommendations. My next tip would be to buy organic. So in conventional farming, there's over 800 registered chemicals that they can use on our plants and vegetables that we're eating. If you're looking at organic, they are limited to only 25, plus those 25 can only be used if they have proven that they've exhausted all other efforts and they have to use them for their crops, plus they have all been deemed safe, which who can you trust? I don't know, but I would take the 25 over the over 800. And just a little example of like one of the over 800 different chemicals would be glyphosate. Glyphosate is a known carcinogen that is sprayed on a ton of different things in America, a ton of different things in China, and it's going crazy everywhere, okay? So this known carcinogen, which glyphosate is actually in Roundup, that's the whole situation. These are being sprayed on all our wheat, so it's in our bread, it's in our oatmeal, it's in our granola bars that we're eating, it's in our cereal, okay? It's also in like berries, strawberries, chickpeas. All these things are getting sprayed with this, and this is still on our fruits and vegetables, on our bread, our oats, whenever we have them in our kitchen. So this is why buying organic is super important. Something that you can do is rinse your fruits and vegetables with baking soda for 15 minutes. That's what I always do, and it's been shown to get almost all the residue off of your all the pesticide residue off your fruits and vegetables. Another thing you can do is vinegar. I've seen that it can reduce the pesticides from about 65 to 85%. So that's another option. I don't do it because I've wondered if it like makes it taste different, because vinegar has like a little taste to it. Baking soda, I don't taste anything and it's totally fine. So I don't know. Try either way. But that's a little thing that you can do. Another thing to keep in mind though is that these pesticides are not just on the outside, they penetrate deeper. So they've done studies on apples. It got the residue off the outside of the apple, but it did not get out the pesticides from inside the apple because they penetrate deep inside. I think berries are potentially a little different because like an apple peel, it's like thicker and more coarse. So berries, I feel like it can maybe go through. I don't know. I'm making that part up, but that's just my mind. I don't know. So I just think it's really important. Either hopefully buy organic if you don't have the means to do that, or you can't find certain things, like definitely do the baking soda mixture, maybe do the vinegar mixture, and that's definitely going to help. So there are a lot of different things that go into organic products. So when we're talking about like packaged foods, they're non-GMO, no preservatives, no artificial flavors or the natural flavors. There's other things that go into it. Plus, if you're talking about meat, dairy, and eggs, they're raised on a pasture. There's no growth hormones, things like that. So there's a lot to look into, and I will link something below if you are interested in like diving deeper. I've gone down a rabbit hole, but there's just so much information. I'm not just gonna like regurgitate it. Also, it might be boring too. So if you're interested in that, check out the link in the description below. The last tip I want to mention is don't let this consume you. So we already know there's no way to be perfect in this. There's going to be, like I said, there's Windex in my cabinet. I definitely still have plastic toys for my child that probably have BPA in them. I don't know. There's stuff everywhere. There's stuff outside. Like, there is craziness in this world. Nothing's perfect. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. All we can do is try our best. We can educate ourselves and learn what little things we can do every day to improve our household and the health of our family and ourselves. So that's all I'm trying to do. Don't get overwhelmed by this stuff. I hope these tips are helpful. I just want to share one little thing. Quick little story. My mom had breast cancer. She's had breast cancer twice. The first time wasn't as severe. She still had to go through chemo, radiation, all this stuff. And she was super, super sick. It was when I was in high school, so I lived with her every day. I saw her every day. I saw how terrible it was, how horrible it was. Like, the poison going into her body, it was not good. Like, she was very sick, okay? Second time around, it was like 2 years ago. Second time around, cancer was way worse. she knew she was gonna have to go through chemo, radiation, surgery, all these things. And she had a very, very deep faith. And she shared with me this one verse, which I'm going to read. It's Mark 16, verse 18. They will pick up snakes with their hands, and they will drink deadly poison. It will not hurt them at all. They will place their hands on sick people, and they will get well. So they will drink deadly poison, and it will not hurt them at all. She had literal poison injected into her body. If that injection was laid on her skin, it would have burned right through. That's how like severe that chemo drug is. Went into her body, and she was literally not sick. She walked out of there fine every single time. Like, it's kind of crazy. That does not happen. That definitely didn't happen the first time. And this time was way worse. I'm only assuming that like the drugs were probably worse or more or whatever. But she went in with this like faith and this idea that yes, these poisons can come into me and I'm going to take care of this, like, or not herself, but like God's going to take care of this. God's going to take care of me and I'm going to be fine. So I think that that's like a really giant scale, and like my child eating some like non-organic blueberries is a very small scale. But it's something to remember, because it can be so easy to get overwhelmed and have anxiety when you go somewhere and like your kid's eating fruit and you don't know what kind of fruit this is and how it was cleaned and was it cleaned and what's on it. And my mind goes in circles, and it's really easy for me to like get so consumed in this like fear-based like mom persona. I don't know. And that's like totally not good for my body. I think anxiety and fear and stress, those are definitely a detriment to your body, and that's totally negating the whole purpose of this like lifestyle. It's to make our lives better and healthier. And so to be consumed with like fear and doubt and anxiety and stress, like that's not helping anything. And I feel like if I could just like take a step back, breathe, realize that yes, he's going to ingest certain things and it's going to be okay. I just think that's like something that I need as a reminder, and maybe you do too. Anyways, I hope that these 5 tips are helpful for you. I hope you can like implement some of them if you're not already, and I hope that they're super easy and natural for you to do. I'm telling you, if you're just now starting, it only gets easier. It only gets better. It's gonna be okay. Don't get overwhelmed. Anyways, if you have any questions, comments, concern, please let me know in the description below. Please like this video, and thanks for watching.